멋진 경기장 도시형.
All right, here we are, guys, into the top right-hand corner of Daybreak. We have from Team NSHoSeo, the guy who raffle stomped his way through the first member of StarTale. It is Sage, our red Protoss. His opponent in the bottom left-hand corner is our blue Zerg player who picked this map again. For everyone who doesn't know, this is loser picks both the next player to go in and the map. In this case, it is KingKong. He's our blue Zerg.
Yep, that's right. It actually does say StarTale KingKong in Hangul right there, too.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
There you go.
Nice.
Enjoy.
The more you know.
Ta-da.
Yes, just did the hand motion with no one watching on webcams.
I found a really great blog the other day. I should actually tweet this, where it was they teach you basic Korean sentence structure and things like that, only they use words from StarCraft 2 to do it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. I'm going to actually tweet that. I'm going to tweet that link when I get back to my computer after this. So make sure you guys watch for that as well. It's pretty old, but it's very, very cool. So if you want to learn Korean, it's a pretty cool blog to do that with.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
If you want to find it, you can follow me at GoSudoa on Twitter. That's where you'll find it.
Awesome, awesome. I'm at CatsPajamasSC2 if you're so inclined to throw out some follows. Follows for everyone. We love you all.
Yep, that's right.
All right, well, Sage is going to open with either a Nexus First or a Forge Fast Expand. No real surprise on this map, of course. And his opponent is going for Pool First, so we watched a lot of games just like this over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Between Hero and Violet. But
absolutely. It's the standard in ZVP, the 3-hatch build with no gas. A lot of harassment from the probe. Oh, is he going to get the hatch down? Yes, he could, but he doesn't have the minerals.
No.
Yep. The probe's like, all right, breather.
Recover some shields, come back. So he's going to try and be very, very annoying. Just control the pace of this game.
Nexus First from Sage.
He's able to get that down, and could get down a pylon as well, but of course that will delay his Forge if he wants to stay safe.
Yeah.
And well, looks like there's the Forge.
That's the thing, too, is that he's still going to be able to throw down a pylon. Oh, no, the hatchery does get down.
Nice little block.
Yep, nice juke by KingKong for a giant ape. He's pretty agile, isn't he?
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, surprised. Like now, I have this vision of like him playing StarCraft on top of the Empire State Building with this massive keyboard that's like 6 stories, 6 stories tall.
He could. He's got good micro, man. He's got to dodge biplanes and things like that.
Swatting them away with one hand makes this all the more impressive, really.
That's right.
All right, this is our first photon cannon now. Overlord's going to see exactly what's up. No surprise at all.
Yep. And turn immediately because it's embarrassing to die to photon cannons.
Going along the side there, photon cannon has a while before it comes up. And it's very embarrassing to die to photon cannons.
Yeah.
I played a game just recently where I put up photon cannon, but I left a big gap in the wall, and a guy ran through with 6 Zerglings. And I was like, oh my god, this is awful. This is terrible. What's going to happen? And he ran right back out because he was scared. It's actually the coolest thing that ever happened. And I just killed him.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I love stupid people on the NA ladder.
All right.
Anyway.
Wow.
Yes.
That's harsh, man.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
It's okay. Everybody's got to start somewhere.
I guess that's true. Look at that.
Little block there with the probes. Yep. Yep, doesn't want to let anything quite yet. Can't blame him.
Oh, and with Chrono Boost, you'll be able to replace that mining off of 2 bases pretty quickly. Of course, the production is finally starting to be realized for both the hatcheries from KingKong.
Yep, 3rd hatchery on the way, too. That drone is going for it.
Yes, he is. And it looks like that's exactly where Sage is going to go, but unfortunately he's not going to get there in time. He will see exactly when it's coming up, of course, but well, maybe drop down some shenanigans or something like that, but I'm sure some Zerglings will be diligent check.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of Protoss players cannoning just because it's way too easy to handle for Zerg players right now. So unless you kind of catch them completely unawares with it, it's not that good. Plus, you use all those resources for it, too, so yeah. +1 weapons on the way right now for Sage, so he's going to try some sort of gateway timing, possibly. Might just be going for a solid upgrade build, too. You know, we've seen a lot of players even go up to +2 and then take a 3rd rather than push. So we'll have to kind of wait to see what he has planned.
Certainly does have a lot of probes running around. He's been very liberal with his probes, and, I mean, of course, that's never a bad move to hide pylons and stuff like that. And in fact, the Zergling is not going to pick up on that probe sitting over. Wow, that's actually almost as close as he could have gotten without actually seeing it.
Yeah. Well, Sage is quite good at hiding his probes. That Zelt, though, he's not quite as sneaky. He's going to be found pretty quickly.
Found very quickly, and he is running his way in now. +1 weapon, 60% done now. We do have Twilight Council following this up, so he may be able to hit a quick 6-gate +2 blink sort of build if he wants to.
Yeah, certainly could. Roach Warren on the way. We're probably going to see the Lair and the Evo Chamber coming up shortly afterwards. It seems like kind of the standard right now for ZVP. Wouldn't be surprised. Zergling Speed on the way as well. So right now we're just kind of in that phase where both players are kind of building up, scouting each other a lot. And, you know, while it seems like there's not a lot going on in this phase, you know, players just kind of building workers, getting upgrades, things like that, it's actually a very important part. I mean, obviously you can put a little bit of pressure on your opponent sometimes if you're a Protoss player like this. But the important part is the scouting, you know. Are you going to be able to get an idea about what your opponent is going for, you know? So this stage, although maybe sometimes it's not the most exciting to watch from a viewing perspective, it's vitally important from a playing perspective.
Oh, very much so. And, oh, that was a good little move there. I love how he wrapped around the other side, so he made sure to cut off the reinforcement path of the Stalker. But Sage has pretty good control, and with those +1 weapons, is going to be able to neutralize the Zerglings very quickly anyway. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, you don't have a whole lot to worry about with those early units as Protoss unless your opponent, you know, makes a lot of lings, and then if they do, you know, they're a little bit short on drones as well. But there are some roaches on the way now for KingKong as well, and it is about that timing where you need to start worrying about a push from Protoss here too. So he needs to be a little bit careful, not putting down any spine crawlers or anything like that. He's going to go just on units here. All right, well, he's going to have to watch out now. That's actually Sage's. There's a good number of roaches starting to push their way out, but of course, once he gets a couple more warp-in cycles going, it'll be in a lot better place. He built his gateways in waves, so the warp-in cycles are a little bit off for now, and it looks like he is going to build a robo and fall back with his gateway attack. Yep, so no sort of big, like, 2-base all-in or anything like that. Just putting a little bit of pressure on the third, seeing what he can do. And also, you have to kind of worry about sometimes every once in a while there's like a Roach Link push from Zerg, but that's not very common these days. But at any rate, it does kind of cause KingKong to produce a lot of non-drone units, you know, a lot of offensive units. Ooh, and he's got to be a little bit careful here. He might lose a couple roaches. Could very well. Ooh, I don't know about that blink. Yeah, not a great blink for Sage. He didn't know the Zerglings were there. He would have been able to run through a lot of the roaches, but not the Zerglings, certainly. But however, once he has these +1 Zealots making their way out, the Zergling numbers suddenly seem a lot less threatening. Yep, and if you can have the... Oh, that's not too good. He's going to lose definitely a couple roaches. I was going to say, if you can have the roaches focus on the Zealots, and if you can run the Lings past and attack the Stalkers exactly like that, then you can do some damage here. So KingKong engaging correctly, but he just doesn't quite have enough stuff right now. And this is getting a little bit dangerous, actually, for a Zerg player. Yeah, I think we were in agreement before that it didn't look like Sage just wanted to try and kill his opponent as he was teching up behind this. But now he's been putting on a lot of pressure. Does have to fall back once again, but he does convince KingKong to produce a massive amount of units, and he has not been focusing on economy at all. Yeah, well, I mean, you can see the danger of over-pursuing there. You know, KingKong could have had at least like 5 or 6 more roaches right now and a whole bunch of Zerglings if he hadn't tried to do that. He really wanted to get up there and kill that pylon, but Sage did a good job of warping in kind of just enough units to handle that, and he is going for a warp prism as well. Interesting. Okay. Yes, we're going to see some harassment with that, and probably going to see him go into Colossus. You know, he's getting the Robo Bay. Much more likely he's going to be getting Thermal Lance rather than, you know, Warp Prism Speed or something like that. He certainly has to watch out now as KingKong does have a lot of stuff, and this is actually going to be a Stalker drop, Okay. Yep, doing a Stalker drop there. Might warp in some Zealots as well. Looks like he's going to try to hit the main with this. Yeah. And I don't know if he's just trying to convince his opponent that he was going to expand or what, because he did save up the amount of resources and then decided to drop it into +3 and an Immortal right afterwards. Yeah, it certainly could be. And the nice thing, too, is those pylons have kind of inadvertently pulled KingKong's units out of position as well, so he might be able to get some damage done with this, too. All right, well, +2 weapons and those Stalkers makes him pretty powerful, and it looks like now he's going to start going after drones and a couple of Zerglings. Bit of a counterattack running. No, actually, KingKong deciding to pull back, but he is losing a lot of drones here. They're all just being one-shot. He should be able to bounce away into the Warp Prism, blinks into it, as a matter of fact. Good escape for him. Yeah, no kidding. That was actually a really, really nice little move by KingKong. And did he actually blink into that Warp Prism? No, he blinked right underneath. Oh, okay, I was like, that'd be amazing if you could just leave the Warp Prism like off the edge of the cliff a ways and then blink into it. No, that would be a little bit overpowered, but awesome. I think it is pretty cool. Oh, well, these Zealots are not long for this world, and going to take a couple of hits and then die. I like this by KingKong going for Roach Hydra. This is going to be an interesting later game. He's going to have just a really, really strong army, and he's just going to try to kind of overpower his opponent. Might lose this
queen here. Might lose a couple queens, actually, if he's not careful. Oh, no, there are some roaches there. Okay, so he's fine.
Yeah, it looks like he just wanted to go after a couple more drones. So now his workers killed is up to 12, so another 3 workers killed. Doesn't lose a unit. You know, and he himself is just investing on 2 base Colossus for now, although he did clear up that 3rd, finally.
Finally. Took him long enough.
Jeez,
man.
Slacker.
I know. Lazy Protoss.
Plus 3. Hey, what's your
You see the new win percentages?
No. Oh, yeah. I
that.
went through the thread a little bit.
It's very even, but Terran is the lowest in not in Korea, of course, in
Right.
the international scene. Actually, Terran is... Are they lowest in Korea? I think Terran might be slightly higher than Zerg, but Protoss is really high in Korea right now as far as win rates go.
Yeah, Protoss is certainly starting to get a lot better. People are starting to figure some things out. And, of course, you know, I wonder what's going to happen, of course, to the TVZ matchup, though, with the Ghost nerf, because that's going to be in a state of flux for a while.
You know, I think we're going to see more Terrans losing the late game in TVZ because of just trying new things more than anything else. Whoa!
Oh!
Losing the Warp Prism.
Yeah, he is able to get his units down, but really all of these are just going to get killed. He takes out a few Zerglings before he goes, but Hydras are quickly going to put an end to that.
Oh, wow, yeah. Those units just getting slaughtered. And I guess I have to clarify real quick. When I mean Terran's trying new things, I mean they're going to be trying different late game compositions because of the Ghost nerf. So the Ghosts will indirectly cause them to lose late games because they're trying other things than Ghosts.
And it's very possible because, I mean, you know, we didn't see that become popular for quite a while as well. So, I mean, you know, there's going to be a stage where they're trying to figure things out, where they're unsteady, they're not as sure as their late game. But who knows, maybe they'll find a better composition. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about how long Hellions were in the game with that old, really powerful Blue Flame upgrade before people started to finally use them. But forget Terran, man. This is PVZ.
That's true.
No Terrans on this map.
We've just seen a lot of this over the past few days. So
yeah, that is true. There are some supply depots on this map, I suppose. But
I guess there's still one hanging around. But
that's right.
Well, 2 actually. Neither player has cleaned up their supply depots. One observer gets picked off in the middle as KingKong is trying to go. No, that's actually that is actually
going for the
there.
Doom drop.
Well, we'll see if he can pull this off. There's a lot of Stalkers waiting for this inside of the main, though, so
yeah,
we'll see if that's going to be enough, if he can get those units down in time. He tries to threaten with some roaches, but Sage doing a nice job not biting with all of his units, still keeping all of this back at home.
Oh, man, this is such a risky move by KingKong. Oh, I don't think this is going to work out. Oh, no, our Zerg player is in huge trouble.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to work. I'm sorry, KingKong.
2 Colossi there now. Yeah, he just got everything decimated.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's going to get a Colossus kill. He's not. Everything dies, and he's going to lose some Overlords on the way out. This is actually terrible for him.
No, I'm actually really surprised he went for this even after seeing the army that was in the base. He just wanted to kind of go for it, I guess. And if you have a lot of Hydralisks, yeah, they can do a lot of damage when they drop out, but with the Colossi there, it just does not work. So
no,
that's going to be that. He does have a nice counterattack at this 3rd, though.
Yes, he does. It's going to need some forces shifted for Sage.
Wow.
Then
he's actually going to kill the Nexus.
Yeah, Sage is actually just not reacting to this. He is just going to run into KingKong's base. And truthfully, though, there's not a lot here to oppose him, so it's going to be difficult for KingKong to get traction. But losing a 3rd when you only have 3 bases up is a lot worse than losing a 5th.
Yeah, I think our Protoss player is just fine with the army size he has. He's like, yeah, I think I can just win the game with this. It's okay if he kills my 3rd.
And I think he is going
the natural. Yeah, well, I mean, if you look back at the natural right now of the Protoss player, those roaches are kind of getting handled fairly well. It's going to take him forever to break through there.
All right, so Cybernetics Core goes down to the front. We do have an Immortal sitting there as well, as KingKong's trying to give a last push here to equalize, because he is losing a lot of things up at the front. Sage actually just going to retreat with a good number of Blink Stalkers. He's tired of dealing with that attack up at the front. Taking a look, actually. Ooh, Sage pulling some probes off of the line. We'll see if KingKong can find a way to equalize here, but I don't think he just has an answer for anything up at the front.
Infestors just getting roasted as soon as they come out. Yeah, KingKong is definitely in trouble here. These Blink Stalkers, ooh, they made it into the main. All right, well, I still think that Sage is going to be able to hold this at some point.
I do too.
He should be able to.
Yeah. He has the much stronger army right now, and he finally has those Blink Stalkers back, so the Corruptors are going to have to move away, not even throwing down Corruption to soften those opponents out. The Mortal just runs into the middle, because why not, I suppose. He will eventually die, but the Blink Stalkers are going to be able to clean up the Roaches. But what is going to clean up this army? Some of the units are starting to get low. The Corruptors are actually taking quite a bit of damage, though, and they're going to fall before they're able to take out the Colossi. Not even one of those goes down.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to see a GG from our Zerg player very, very soon. It looks like Sage is going to win another game. The third base going down. There it is. Still some roaches left in the main, killing a lot of those probes. But there's enough Blink Stalkers right there with proper micro to take those out.
Yeah, this turned into a little bit closer game than I had anticipated, though. But Sage looks like he is going to take his second game in a row here, starting to camp all of the technology as well. A few more units have popped out. And there are still 15 probes sitting up for Sage, and he was able to keep one of his bases alive, so we should be able to stabilize long enough to eventually get another mining base going when the time comes.
Now, did KingKong kill the Robo in Sage's main? I mean, does Sage have any detection? Oh, he does still have his Robo there. All right.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he chased out the roaches too, so.
And the Robo Bay is still up as well, so we can replenish on Colossi, of course, if he desires.
Yep. Kind of a weird end of this game here, but Sage has a pretty strong army. Oh, he's got to be careful, though. There are 2 infestors there. If he cleans up the Stalkers and the Colossi, certainly will die, of course.
Oh, we'll see if that's going to be the case. Looks like KingKong wants to go for it. No, pulling back now. Guardian Shield does hit. Those sentries are very low in energy, so he will have his opportunity soon. But let's see.
He's going to trap him on both sides.
Yes,
more Stalkers coming in from the other side. Oh, good fungal, though, so these Stalkers aren't going to last too long. But here comes the rest of the main army. 2 Colossi still alive. And that should be enough. Yeah, it certainly is going to be enough.
Yeah, 30 supply
GG.
and now falling. There's the GG, and NSHoSeo has taken their second game in a row, putting them up 2-0 in this set.